Talk show from Press Express about news and newsmakers from India, Bangladesh and beyond. We bring you an in-depth look at the top stories that are making headlines. I'm Tulika, your host from I'll go again. I was going to say Delhi because I do this from Delhi all the time. Welcome to In-Depth, your weekly talk show from Press Express about news and newsmakers from India, Bangladesh and beyond. What happened? Welcome to In-Depth, your weekly talk show from Press Express about news and newsmakers from India, Bangladesh and beyond. We bring you an in-depth look at the top stories that are making headlines. I'm Tulika, your host, and I'm bringing you this special edition from the campus of Dhaka University. Now, from just 3 faculties and merely 800 students in 1921, the University of Dhaka has come a long way. In its 103 years of existence, we now have more than 45,000 students and 74 colleges. It's also a prime center for shaping and defining the youth and therefore the future of the nation. But what's the road ahead and what are the roadblocks? Joining me today for this special edition is an ex-student of Dhaka University and now its Vice Chancellor, Dr. ASM Maqsood Kamal. Sorry, I'll go again. Just the last line. Joining me today for this special session is Dr. ASM Maqsood Kamal, an ex-student of Dhaka University and now its Vice Chancellor. Why are you talking? Is everything okay? From just 3 faculties and 800 students in 1921, the University of Dhaka has come a long way in its 103 years of existence to more than 45,000 students and 74 colleges now. It's also a prime center for shaping and defining the youth of the nation and therefore its future. But what's the road ahead and what are the roadblocks? Joining me today for this special session is Dr. ASM Maqsood Kamal, an ex-student of Dhaka University and now its Vice Chancellor. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
He is not ex-vice chancellor, he is the present vice chancellor in Australia.
No, I said ex-student.
Ex-student and the present vice chancellor.
Present vice chancellor.
Yes, please don't interrupt. I'll just say, thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you.
So, an ex-student and now its Vice Chancellor, the journey must have been quite something.
Thank you. You know, this university is the echelon of highest academic exercise, not in our country, around the region. We have around 96 entities in the universities, it's the academic entities, and this university, as you mentioned, that making and shaping the nations in different ways. In terms of providing that degree to the students, so far we have provided degree more than 300,000 students, and also we have, so far we have provided degrees around 300,000 students in one hand. On the other hand, students and the faculty members of this university are conducting research, and that research will be used for the development of the nation. By that way, the university is contributing in its long journey, 103 years journey, contributing to the nations in many ways. We say in the other way that this university is also center of democratic exercises. During the British regime, this university this university provided themes or thoughts to the political leaders. And during the Pakistan regime, this university protested for many issues of the illegal decision of the Pakistani governments. Our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, at that time was the students of this university, and he also exercised his demonstration, and he inspired our didn't students to work for the independence of the country.
Absolutely.
And under the leadership of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who was the student of this leader and who expelled from this university to talk in favor of the fourth class employee. But he did not, later on he was asked that his expels would be exempted or would be withdrawn. But Bangabandhu did not agree on that. And he started his movement against the Pakistani regime, and under his leadership, this nation got independence. But in order to get the independence, to provide the knowledge for our independence, to provide the thoughts for our independence to the nation, and to inspire the nation in favor of our liberation war, in favor of our independence, against all the legal decisions of the Pakistani government. At that time, this university provided knowledge product to the nation. Thus, this university emerged or not only worked for the knowledge production, also for the independence and for the generation, and provide the basic characteristics of this nation. This university worked on.
So clearly the history is fascinating, and like you're saying, it's contributed to the freedom struggle. It's a huge milestone. But we are looking at world rankings now for your university that was once called the Oxford of the East. What about the world rankings? It's not even in the first 500. In Asia, it's in the top 200. In South Asia, it's 19th. But in world rankings, it's not even in the top 500. How do you want to address and make it in the top 500?
Thank you. You know, this university is the largest university of the country. We have 10 faculty of this, in this university, and out of 10 faculties, we have the science, engineering, bioscience, and etc. In order to achieve the ranking, we need the publications, foreign students, foreign teachers, student and faculty member ratio, as well as outlook of the university. If I talk about the Times Higher Education ranking, if we talk about our outlook of the university, since we won't have the foreign students, we won't have the foreign faculty members, so in that context, our mark for against the outlook of the university is not that high.
Exactly.
On the other hand, related to the research, we are doing better now in research. This year, Times Higher Education ranking, this university position is in impact context 657. So it is better than the previous years. We are hoping that our research will increase in this university. At the same time, student-teachers ratio to make the classroom interactive, hoping to make it relatively higher. And for the student context, we are going to offer some scholarship.
Okay.
So we hope we will get the foreign students. Beside this, method of instruction is very important. So in this university, though officially you mentioned that method of instruction is English, but it's not always happen in the classroom. So we are going to provide training to our faculty members to give lecture in English. So by that way, we are planning to improve the ranking.
Okay.
But I tell you one thing, ranking is the Western concept.
Okay.
And ranking is related to business aspect. Western University would like to get the students from the developing countries. Affluent families send their boys, girls, or siblings to Western University. So if we consider the overall achievement of this university, it is in no case, I would like to say, in any case, its position is better to some ranked university across the world, because within the limited resource, within the limited opportunities and scopes, we are providing in one hand certificate to our students. Simultaneously, we are doing the research work. We are taking part in making and shaping the nation. And I think this is the lone university across the world which contributed a lot to get the independence of a nation. So from that viewpoint, this university position, in every context, this university position cannot be measured by the ranking aspect. Its position should be measured by different way, particularly to contribute the nation to get the independence. And now we are trying to improve our academic positions by different way. As I mentioned earlier, research activities, increasing the number of the quality teachers. We are planning to invite the foreign teachers to come to Dhaka University, and we will give them incentives and some support, local support also. And we are planning to invite foreign students to come here under some scholarship scheme. So by that way, our plan is to improve the ranking of this university. But as I mentioned you earlier, again I would like to say that ranking is the corporate concept.
It's a relative term.
It's a business concept, but it has the value. We cannot avoid that value also. So we would like to trade off. We would like to improve the quality of the university in terms of teaching, learning, research, international collaboration, industry-university collaboration, and etc. So by that way, we would like to improve our ranking. On the other hand, our ranking would not be as like as the Western university, because their budget, for example, if I talk about the University College London, where I am working as a visiting professor, their budget is more than $2 billion US dollars.
Yes, yes.
But our budget is very minimum. If I talk about the University of the Tokyo, their budget is around 1.8 billion US dollar. So from that context, our budget is very minimum. We have to work with the budget. So for that reason, we have the limitation. But within that limitation, we are trying our best to make our student global standard and
Absolutely.
and to provide the nation
Right.
For making and shaping, having the current knowledge exist across the world.
Okay, okay. Absolutely right. And you're on the point when you talk about giving academic excellence within limited resources. And this is where I also want to talk about the threat, or let's say the challenge of private university. We see a lot of inequality here, while public universities such as the University of Dhaka have that unmatched reputation that they give the students, that unmatched academic excellence. But there are overcrowded classrooms on the other hand, the resources are limited. On the other hand, the private universities may not give that kind of reputation, but the resources are so much more for students. So do you see a kind of gap that you would like to address here, and how would you address it?
Yeah, as you mentioned that we have the shortage of the classroom. As you mentioned that we have also the shortage or the shortcomings to provide support to our students, for example, the scholarships and giving more classroom support and etc. because of the shortage of the limitation. But if you consider the quality of the students, the quality of the students of the Dhaka University is much more higher than the students of the other university, whether this is the private or that is the public university. Because in the entry-level examination, we used to get the students who are the best of the country, and competitive examination we select our students. So Our students is originally, when the intake of our students is originally they are the brilliant. Second thing, our students are doing better in home and abroad if we consider with the private universities. If you consider the decision maker of the country, almost 75 to 80% cases, Dhaka University students are the decision maker in various sectors in this university. So, in terms of the ranking, as I talked earlier, maybe our position is not that high, but the contribution of this university, contribution of the alumni of this university is much more higher than the contribution of any other universities of the country. Now, in terms of the facilities, whether we are improving or not, we have the master plan. We prepared the master plan last year. According to that master plan, now we are going to improve the infrastructure and the library facilities, laboratory facilities of this university. And once it will be possible, then our student will get enough spaces. Our student will get the laboratory facilities, library facilities, and by that way, we are planning to increase the academic excellence of this university further. In terms of the playing ground and etc., we have good number of spaces in the university for the extracurricular and co-curricular activities. But at present, the motivation of our university is not that high for the extracurricular or co-curricular activities. So once I get the responsibility as the Vice Chancellor, I talk with every corners, with the stakeholders, how to increase the extracurricular or co-curricular activities, which is very important in order to make the mindset of the students, in order to make the student much more fit to work to work in future when they will go in the market. So from that view, from that way, we are trying to change the mindset of the student. We are trying to provide much more opportunities before our student, and we are increasing the quality method of instruction in the university, teaching quality. We are planning to provide training to our faculty members, etc. And gradually, I do believe within couple of years, we will have a good position of our university in the global academic mapping of the universities.
You mentioned faculty, and we are discussing the gap between private versus public universities, and even when it comes to faculty, there are higher salaries that the private institutions offer. I was going through some comparisons, and for example, in a public university, a lecturer under a grade 9 pay scale would earn around 35,000 taka, which is $320 in a month, vis-a-vis a private institution where he or she would earn almost 50,000 taka, which is $459 US. So how do you plan to close and shorten this gap?
You know, the salary structure of this university, we are following the national pay scale, and our faculty members, they are happy with that national pay scale. The reason is the social value and the respect of the faculty members of the university is higher in the country with regard to other private universities. So when you compare the salary and the social respect and values, then the position of this university teachers, I believe, is much more higher, and it cannot be measured with the money. It should be measured to the respect of the nation, usually paid to the faculty members of this university.
So you don't see a domestic brain drain happening here?
It exists. Domestic brain drain exists. Even if you provide higher salary, still domestic brain drain will be happen. The reason is, if we consider our country and the neighboring country, then social contribution, for example, in medical context, in education, in other security issues. So our people, our faculty, some of our faculty members or our students would like to go to the established country where social security is much more higher than our country. I am talking about the social security in terms of the facilities like healthcare system and etc.
Yes.
etc.
Yes.
So for that reason, brain drain happened in the early stage of our youth. But in the older stage, then everyone would like to come back to the country, because in the when they go to the other country, the developed countries, there they are the second class citizen to certain extent. So in the when in the older stage, then realization appear, and then our people who already left the country, they would like to back to the country and would like to contribute to the nation. So in one hand, brain drain happened. On the other hand, through that brain drain, sometimes we receive good ideas from our students, from the faculty members. They would like to contribute even from abroad. So it's one sort of trade-off, one brain drain, and due to that brain drain, sometimes we get support from them, such as the technology transfer,
Okay.
taking our students from Bangladesh to the faculty members in which university they are working, etc., etc.
You're talking in a way of a kind of reverse brain drain that is also
Yes,
helping
yes,
the country.
yes.
It also reminds me of a conversation I had with the Vice Chancellor of the Buet Private University earlier, and he was talking about the challenges, where he said that he gets almost 30,000 applications, but he can admit only 1,200 students in his university. And he was talking about the fact that not many opportunities exist in the ecosystem, education ecosystem here. So a lot of the students, the brain drain happens, and then they want to return, but they cannot return because they don't get those kind of opportunities in the professional ecosystem here. What are your views on that?
When you are talking about the professional ecosystems, it means within the university and outside the university. This is the reality of a developing country like Bangladesh. It's not the reality in our country, it's the reality
Yes.
of the neighboring countries too. So when you improve, when you try to improve the professional ecosystem, when I am talking about professional ecosystem, then I think you would like to mean industry university collaboration, you would like to mean
Yes.
you would like to mean technology transfer between institution and the universities, and strong collaboration. That sort of practice is not available right now in our country, but we are trying to enter into that sort of practice, that sort of exercises, and I think with that exercise in near future, not our university, other university,
Yes.
in other university, the professional ecosystem will be improved.
Okay, well, hopefully that happens. You also mentioned research earlier a few times, and I want to pick your brains on this because research remains an area of concern among the students as well, among the different other university professors and lecturers that I have interacted with. Because you may, students may want to have a research on newer areas like nanotechnology or artificial intelligence. Are those opportunities limited in research? What is happening with research here?
We have that opportunities, but limited scale. And as I mentioned we have the master plan, both the academic master plan and
Okay.
the infrastructure master plan. In academic master plan, our plan is to just target the to target the nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, other areas of the fourth industrial revolution, and fifth industrial revolutions are fourth industrial revolution is approaching. So we are also thinking that what would be the issues of the fifth industrial revolution. So by that way, within our limited resource, our plan is to approach the practical areas or the practical issues by which it would be possible for us to bring our education into the global standard level, but not very high level to certain extent. So we have at present Nanotechnology Institute, our university, our computer science department, as well as Institute of Information Technology, also applied statistics and data science, statistics department, and other department. We are now in the curriculum, in the syllabus, we have the artificial intelligence, and our students are applying artificial intelligence. We have
Okay.
the robotics department in our university, nuclear engineering. So there also they are applying the artificial intelligence techniques for their research work, and also there are other activities
Okay.
related to the academic exercises.
Okay, okay. Well, the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has this vision for Bangladesh, which is the Smart Bangladesh mission. And you are sitting at the center of, the seat where thousands of students pass out who are going to be a part of that Smart Bangladesh in the future. And it's not just a vision about creating smart infrastructure, it's also about creating smart people, smart youth that connect with it, that are technically equipped to be a part of that smart Bangladesh. When you talk of curriculum, what are the kind of roadmaps you are giving your students to be a good part of that vision?
So when you are talking about the smart education, or when you are talking about the smart Bangladesh, then there are four issues. One is the smart citizen, the smart governance, then smart society, and smart economics. So now we are planning to revisit our academic curriculum related to the smart Bangladesh, having the relation with these four areas. In the meantime, I have given responsibility to some of our deans. A team has been formed already. I have given responsibility to that team to exercise how to bring this university as a smart university, how this campus could be a smart campus, how 100% student will have the opportunity to use higher speed of internet, and how the automation and digitization of this university could reach to the optimum level. So this sort of exercise we already been done, and I think within a couple of months it would be possible to make 100% automation of this university, and once automation will be possible to do, then I think it will not be that difficult to make this campus into a smart campus. And by that way, we can support our government. Once it will be a smart campus, then we can support our government to build the nation, having the areas of smart Bangladesh, to bring this knowledge to the society, to bring our knowledge to the businessmen, and to bring this knowledge to the community as well as individuals. And if it is possible to do it by couple of months, what we have planned, then this knowledge will be transferred to the other universities, whether it will be the public or the private. And transferring this knowledge, then it will be possible to bring whole the nation, to bring the youth into the concept of the smart Bangladesh. By that way, we are planning to contribute the nation, to contribute the concept of our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, what she would like to do to bring this nation into a smart nation, to bring this country into a smart Bangladesh.
Okay, so a smart campus for a smart Bangladesh.
Smart campus, of course, for a smart Bangladesh.
Okay, but let's talk election. Election season is very prominent here, and in every tea stall of the streets of Dhaka, you have so many political discussions that are brewing. What's your view about what's the sense within the students of the university? Are they disconnected? Is voter turnout going to be low? That seems to be a concern among the youth.
You know, our youth, as I have seen, most of the students of Dhaka University would like to go to the local area during the election time. In some quarters, I had the discussion. They told me, our students told me that they would like to take part in the election, and during the election day, they will go to the local constituency, their own constituency, and they will exercise their voting power over there.
Sorry to cut you off. Is there something that you're doing to motivate or encourage or inform the students of exercising their voting rights?
From the faculty level, we are not doing that.
Okay.
Because, you know, our government already declared the date of the election, and the election process is going on towards the optimum level, towards the election day on 7th January 2024. So our students, as I mentioned, very much concerned. They used to go through the newspaper, they go through the television, print and electronic medias, and by that way they are improving themselves to take part in the election. And as I mentioned you earlier, that this university is a central place for the students to exercise their democratic norms. By that way, they are trying also to exercise their democratic norms. And our student wants that maximum students, opposition is also there, opposition idea is also here. But as I came to know from different quarters, they would like to solve the issues within the constitutional framework. So our constitutions mention that election should take place within the government which is in power. And election should be free, fair and neutral. We do expect a free, fair and neutral election. We do expect the participation of our people in the election, participation of the political party in the election. And students are working to a certain extent as a catalyst. And also the politically conscious faculty members, they are working also as a catalyst. So there is a strong bridging between the students and the faculty members.
Mm-hmm.
But we are not doing this just to motivate the students by our different type of activities, but motivation of students that come to them, that come to our faculty members due to their responsibility and accountability to the nation. So this is the way.
Right.
And since Dhaka University students are much more mature, Dhaka University faculty members, they were involved for building a nation. They are involved to make and shape the nation from the very beginning of the installation or the inception of the Dhaka University. So that also worked as a spiritual power. The establishment of Dhaka University, then the successive activities of the Dhaka University to build the nation, that worked also as a spiritual concept that people should take part in the election. The election should be free, fair and neutral, and everyone should exercise their voting power, and election should be taken place within the constitutional framework. Otherwise, maybe other type of government can come to the power, which happened back in 2007 and even in the earlier in our country.
Campus politics is a very important part of university life. Like you said, opposition ideas, diverse ideas are present in the campus and they are most welcome. But do you think campus politics in a student's life should give them that kind of academic freedom, or should it be done in moderation?
I tell you one thing, when those students who are involved in the campus politics, so they used to give more time in politics. At the same time, those students give time also in their academic purpose. Some students, they are much more workaholic, they involve themselves within their textbook. So there is the difference between the students. And those who simultaneously concerned regarding the politics and also with their academic exercise, they are much more conscious. Those students who are much more concentrated on their textbook, they are also politically conscious, but their activity is limited for the political purpose. So by that way, I can say that some group of people is much more conscious, some group of the people means student, some group of students are relatively political concept less conscious. That makes the difference in the campus. And I hope our students having, if it is possible to give, I would like to say, more books and other sort of extracurricular activities to our students, then their political consciousness simultaneously their knowledge related to nation, their knowledge related to the progress of the nation, related to the development of the other nation, and related
Right.
how to bring the nation into a different height,
Okay.
then that will motivate our students further. That is one type of politics that can bring the nation to a higher level of respect.
There are allegations by the opposition that the University of Dhaka is basically a tool that is being used by the government, the ruling party, Awami League, to nurture its ideologies and policy. How would you like to respond to this allegation?
This allegation always had for the University of Dhaka. When though the political parties or some political parties, though when they were in power, at the time Awami League raised same type of allegation about Dhaka University, and now BNP is raising the same type of allegation about Dhaka University. But we are trying to give the space to our students, and sometimes it won't work absolutely 100%. But from the faculty level, from the university, we are trying to open the avenue, and this is the responsibility of the political parties to take whether they will take the space or not. Without with giving the allegation to the university, actually the problem will not be solved. If there is specific allegation, and then Dhaka University can add or would like to address that allegation. It happened even earlier. So we are ready to address the allegation as you mentioned. For example, I faced demonstration, or our previous vice chancellors, they also faced demonstration. Sometimes from the sometimes from the government political student wing, sometimes from the opposition student wing. So when we see any sort of demonstration or any demands in black and white, when we give, we try always to address that sort of demands. So the question what you raised regarding the allegation to the university and the faculty members, that we do here giving the space to the government students wing, that's not absolutely true.
Okay. Well, earlier we went into the, should I say again? I'll just give my last cue and then we'll wrap up. Well, earlier we went into the campus and spoke with a lot of students about campus politics and their voting rights and the upcoming elections. Listen to the voices here. Well, you just took a look, and on that note, I'd like to wrap this up. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today, or for giving us your special insights.
Thank you also to come to this university and to come to know the political education and other research activities and other sort of extracurricular activities of this university, what we usually do.
Thank you. And for our viewers, I hope you're going back with a more in-depth understanding of what's happening in the oldest and the largest university of Dhaka in Bangladesh. Do feel free to say hi to me on my Facebook tulika.bhatnagar.9 or connect with me on my email which is displayed here or X. Till we meet next time, it's Namaste from Tulika.
Can you just the beginning part, the intro.
Which one?
Intro first paragraph.
Welcome to In-Depth.
Just first paragraph.
Welcome to
The
In-Depth.
one thing is just the first paragraph.
Okay, last thing. Welcome to In-Depth, your weekly talk show from Press Express about news and newsmakers from India, Bangladesh and beyond. We bring you an in-depth look at the top stories that are making headlines. I'm Tulika, your host, bringing you a special edition from the campus at the University of Dhaka. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time. It was a lovely conversation.
And I don't know when you prepare the story.
Yeah.
So which one particularly related to your question? Please highlight that one.
Sure, we'll do that.
Because I did not talk always following your question.
I know, I was
Some
gathering
relevant,
that.
some irrelevant parts are there. So try to please include those parts which is very
Which is more relevant.
more relevant to your question.
We'll do that.
Sir, it will be very enlightening to know your vision, sir, for the future of Dhaka.
He is a fan.
Really? Oh, please go. আমাদের ইয়ে কি বলছে?
Interview now.
So we would love to have you write a column for us in the print magazine. It would be lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Where are we going now? For lunch.